I honestly think that Chicago is Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm not gonna lie. I think that they should base the game off of this city because it's pretty bad, man. I think there should be like a YouTuber that lives in Chicago that records all the crimes that happen. I guarantee they would get a bunch of followers out of it because there's just crime everywhere. I mean, if you hop on Twitter right now, just type in Chicago, you'll literally see a bunch of videos on there of crime and attacks. And it's crazy because you'll see all these BLM rioters standing up saying we care about black people, but when it's black on black crime, they stay silent. They don't care about that. They only care when it's a cop, a white cop. So there's a Chicago resident that was on Facebook Live, and he was talking in the stream, and all of a sudden, this dude got robbed, and he went out and he got shot, and he he did not survive that. Tragically, he lost his life, and it was on Facebook Live. And it's really unfortunate because I guess this happens a lot in Chicago. It's like a common thing.
Like, that be the shit, and that's what make a motherfucker be wanting to get into it with y'all, because y'all ain't got no respect.
So it looks like he was talking about like something that happened in his life, like maybe someone was disrespecting him or something. Then as you can see, all of a sudden he just turned over and jumped into action. Probably somebody pulling out a gun on him saying, "Hey, give me your chain." And this is just in broad daylight. This isn't at night. He's not behind an alleyway in the darkness. This dude is in broad daylight in front of a store and he's getting mugged. That's crazy. They don't even care over there. I'm telling you, it's like Grand Theft Auto over there.
Hey, what's up, bro?
He's putting his hands up like
What's
he's...
up? Hell no.
Ooh, see, and you hear a gunshot. And that's it. And someone's yelling like, "Oh, he got shot." Yeah, so he called the police. Someone called the police. This is crazy, bro. It's sad, too. He's just sitting there minding his own business. But the goofy goober mayor says that white supremacy is the #1 issue in Chicago. It has to be white supremacy. But yet, it's black on black crime. The guy that robbed them is black. So, they are, and liberals, too, completely silent about this. Telling everybody, coming out with these little statistic things. I'll show you a video of a guy. And trying to say, oh, crime's going down in Chicago. That's a lie. That is 100% a lie. So this is Brennan Johnson. He's the mayor of Chicago. He is. You think Jasmine Crockett's bad? Imagine Jasmine Crockett running a city. This is this guy. This is a male version of her. He's pretty bad. He's a huge race baiter.
Thank the DOJ for opening up an investigation on the mayor's insane, out-of-control DEI hiring. You said in a recent interview that black people don't just look out for ourselves, but for everyone else as well. Well, clearly they're not getting the memo because they're destroying downtown and they're destroying the city with things like teen takeover. And when you say things like this, it just makes you look more incompetent and racist as a mayor. You need to start pushing more law and order in the city of Chicago. Help the police do their job. I am asking you all to vote for the curfew and make the curfew time permanent for teens. Hold the parents accountable as well. Teens are doing majority of the crime, and you know it, Brandon Johnson. They're even putting it on YouTube. They're openly mocking you. They're mocking you on Instagram and YouTube and all social media platforms, and you allow it every single day.
So in this one, obviously he is talking about how kids are rampantly just running the city. It's kind of like, you know, the old school London, those kids that are running around freaking pickpocketing people, and they're like 8 years old. That's going on in Chicago right now. They're not just pickpocketing people, they're actually like committing heinous crimes like homicide. Grand Theft Auto, and they're like 9 years old. It's crazy to me. It's the craziest thing ever, and that is the cost of incompetency. Like I said, it's a cultural thing, but it's incompetency from the governments as well. What the flip are you doing here? So I guess he went to a concert. I think this was yesterday. This was literally yesterday, last night, and he got booed. He's such a... Man, these politicians are cringe, bro. Why are you at a concert, bro? Stay in your lane. Stay in politics. Why are you trying to be a movie star or whatever, a rock star? a noob. We're talking about the kids or whatnot. I think this is one of them that they're taking over the street.
A viewer shared this video showing cars doing donuts as fireworks go off. Another neighbor told us he wants Mayor Brandon Johnson to take action.
I think he's too lenient. I think he needs to start being more aggressive with what's going on. I think he needs to add more police to the city, have them start doing something instead of just doing what they can. And I think they need to start nipping it and actually holding people accountable for their actions.
So this guy has a little bit of common sense. If you go to San Francisco, though, they'll say that it's white supremacy still. So at least some people waking up in Chicago, but this is just one person. Yeah, if your city looks like a Twisted Metal game, I don't know if you guys know, there's a series on Netflix, I think, too, like Twisted Metal, and it's like a dystopian freaking town, and everybody's driving these crazy cars. That's what this place looks like. It's like a Twisted Metal Grand Theft Auto game. This is literally it. And if you wake up in the morning to go to work and you see this happening, you need to leave that city immediately. I wouldn't be living there anymore. I don't see how anybody can live in that city. I would immediately move. And the other thing about this mayor is he's extremely racist. He literally hates white people. He is an anti-white person. He openly shares that he appoints black people in his office just because they're black. So this guy got called out again by a black person. So it's kind of good to see that there's black people standing up and saying, "Hey, you're being racist against white people. You gotta stop." So he gets got right here in this conversation.
Real Chicagoans woke up this morning relieved that the Department of Justice is finally investigating your race hustle. As someone who grew up on the south side of Chicago, I've heard a lot of race hustlers in my life, trust me. But they were usually marching around outside of City Hall, which is what makes this so embarrassing and dangerous. Very, very dangerous to the city of Chicago.
Okay, we need the question.
I'm more than happy to ask this question. It's long overdue. For over a year, real Chicagoans, white and black, have been telling me that your black power rhetoric is bringing the city backwards from a place that
we need the question.
Had overcome. You want the question?
Please.
Real Chicagoans want to know, why are you a racist?
He should have pulled the Matt Walsh. Am I racist? Are white people racist? If you ever seen that movie, it's funny. But yeah.
Well, first of all, I reject the idea and the premise that somehow that's an actual legitimate question.
How is that not a legitimate question? You literally hate white people. You're literally in power, and you're anti-white. You're black power. Yes, you are. There are many clips of you saying this. That's why he's asking you the question, sir.
You want to bet?
All right, we're going to go to the next one. Alice?
The next question, my follow-up question is a businessman, Robert Gomez, had his riverfront restaurant license yanked. You said that the reason you hire black people is because they're the most generous race on the planet.
That was the video I was talking about.
Riverfront restaurant license was yanked and given to a black restaurateur. That has, once again, reinforced the belief among real Chicagoans, white and black and Mexican, that you are a racist.
If Chicagoans started actually filing lawsuits, because this is illegal, like, when you have cities that are blatantly being racist against a race, and no one says anything, nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, it's illegal. Yeah, it's a constitutional thing, but the government isn't God. They're not gonna all go in there and start filing lawsuits and then getting the mayor out of there. You have to file these lawsuits, and once they start getting hit with fat lawsuits and they have to pay for it, they're gonna start thinking twice about doing it. They put these racist people in their place.
Dollars down the drain at CPS in the midst of a budget crisis. This brand new report revealing tens of thousands of laptops, iPads, and cell phone hotspots were lost or stolen in the 2023-2024 school year.
Oh, hotspots is that little device that makes you have internet. I thought it was like a phone hotspot. I'm like, how's a hotspot getting stolen?
And thousands of those devices, bought and paid for with your tax dollars, ending up in other countries. More than 8,000 devices detected outside of Illinois.
And remember, Chicago's having an immigration problem too. It's not just Florida and California. It's Chicago too, because the governor of Texas sent them over there. I think it was Chicago, or was it New York? You have people that go there that don't share the same values. They will steal your stuff and send it over to their people. They're like siphoning stuff off of us.
A majority overseas in 140 countries like Azerbaijan, Barbados.
Let's see. China, not a shocker. Ethiopia, Nicaragua, South Korea. Even South Korea, they're taking some. Sweden. I thought Sweden was a freaking white supremacist country. Interesting.
China, Ethiopia, Jordan, and Nicaragua.
Ooh, I was close. I said the ones that she said. That's funny.
This report finding CPS's inventory process lacks accountability, recommending the district resolve asset management issues. Since it's paying for geo-tracking services it, quote, barely used.
So what I think how they're getting away with this is they're undocumented children. They're going in there without any documents, and they give them this computer, thinking, oh, they're a good person. They'll return it. But when they come home with it, their parents are like, oh, this is American technology. I can make some money off of this or send it back home. So that's what they do. That's exactly what they did. Having foreigners rip off the government. That's usually what happens. And it just shows you guys that Chicago is just falling apart. That not just outside with crime, but inside with the educational system. So I have a couple theories of why Chicago's so bad. It has to be either the government or it has to be the culture. I think that Chicago might need to just fall apart. There might need to be a point where Trump needs to come in with the government, just like with DC. So what do you guys think about this? You guys think that Chicago is going to get better anytime soon? What do you guys think about this? Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next video.